Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how you can get your hands on 500 Chrono Crystals and on the non-stop raid medals #1 as part of the first of 4 non-stop raids as a part of the 70 million user celebration. So this is the raid versus Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and it's a fantastic way to get non-stop raid medals 1 and 70 million user celebration medals, and also you can trade all of these in for some multi-Z power, but more importantly 500 big Chrono Crystals, and there's nothing really stopping you from farming them all in one day, just your appetite for co-op online raid battles. There are characters that will give you boosts. Certain characters will increase the percentage chance of drop rate, and certain characters will increase the actual medals that drop. Most of them do both, so you're quite well covered, and you don't need to have these characters as your main character. You can just have them as supports in your party. So you don't need to have them as your main. You can use them as supports. There's no equipment or anything this time around, or at least so far. And as I mentioned, you can exchange all your rewards in the exchange shop section, and you can grab up to 500 Chrono Crystals, and you can also grab pretty nice chunks of multi-Z power and some other pretty useful items that you're probably going to need, slot removers, etc. So pretty stock standard kind of in-game based rewards that for the most part a lot of players will appreciate having and will need to kind of achieve certain objectives or change gear or whatever. There are missions as well that will drop quite a few raid medals, which are also obviously a fantastic addition, and it's standard protocol now for basically everything. So pretty simple stuff, and I think for the most part most players are quite familiar with the process behind raid battles, but we will be running through one just in case. There is a list of the battle bonus characters on the raid screen as well if you're wondering, and you can also take a look and see what they do under the reward section as well. So there's plenty of ways to see which units are the better units to take in, and as I mentioned before, you do not have to have these units as your main unit. You can use them as your support units, and they will still provide their bonuses. So if they provide a plus 5% to the drop rate, having them in your party will still provide that plus 5% to your drop rate, and if they provide 10 more medals, having them in your party or your support members will also still provide those 10 bonus medals. So you don't, it's not the character you choose to fight that matters so much for the bonuses, as it is the units that you put in your support party. But of course you want to have a good unit that has a battle bonus for damage as your main character, because that's going to make farming the event a lot quicker. So that is something I will mention. Beyond that, guys, pretty simple stuff actually. A very, very, very straightforward raid, which I think is great. They run this battle bonus thing now super regularly all the time, so it's not something we're not used to. And yeah, the raid is actually pretty straightforward. You can auto select characters if you wish, but you need to be careful because sometimes it won't select the characters that actually increase the drop rates, so just be aware of that. Now, in terms of the actual raid itself, the combat is very, very simple. If you've done a hyperdimensional co-op, it follows the same principle, except the boss does not have any base typings. So you're going to be fighting with another online player or a co-op partner, and you and that partner are going to be partaking in the in the raid. You see, I even mixed them up. But you're going to be partaking in the raid, and essentially you are going to be trying to defeat the boss. Now, defeating the boss is actually a relatively simple procedure. So to beat the boss, what you mainly have to do is you have to get the timing of your Rising Rush to be correct. So you're going to want to get your Rising Rush to be pretty much smack bang on, nice and correct. And the easiest way to do that is obviously to get all your Dragon Balls and then hold your Rising Rush to when your ally has their Dragon Balls as well. Nowadays it's a lot easier because they give the ability for the Rising Rush animation to override any of your abilities. So pretty much all abilities. I think there are some that will cause you to have problems, but for the majority, most abilities will instantly activate or instantly be overridden by a Rising Rush, which means you can activate it at any time, so you don't need to worry about timing it at the same point as your ally. You'll see here at this point, you want to make sure that you get your little bar up to the little blue tab at the top of the circle, and then from there you'll do it perfect. And most times, if you have sufficient battle bonus and sufficient characters or sufficiently strong characters, you'll beat the boss in one go. If you don't, it's fine. It sometimes takes 2 rounds, but it's not anything too crazy. You'll see, for example, here the bar will slowly refresh on the boss. It will continue to do damage, and then we'll just have to break the bar again. It's not too intensive a process, so most players, like I'm using the event exclusive Kefla, so this is a great example of the fact that you can just use whatever event exclusive character you can find and you should be fine. You will have seen some of the Universe 7 rep farmable event characters in the support members party as well, so there's plenty of units to use. I don't think it's even remotely anything that players should struggle with or have issues with. So yeah, I'm personally one that's quite an advocate of this being a very simple to understand game mode. There's a couple of nuances, like as you've seen twice now, if you and an ally attack the boss at the same time they attack you, you'll both pause and then your ally can engage, and by engaging your ally can break the standoff and cause quite a significant chunk of damage. That's obviously just something that's good. Also, if you do see your ally being attacked, if you press the exclamation mark above your character's profile picture, this will enable you to intercept the attack. You can then evade it, and this will boost your overall link rating, which will increase the damage that you do, which is obviously helpful. As you can see, we got everything done pretty easy. It took 2 rounds, but it's not really that big a deal. Try and just use a better character than Kefla if you have one, but there's plenty of options, plenty universal survival saga options. So yeah, I would highly suggest that you just basically take a look around, see what you can do. If you've got multiple options and you're not sure, you can just try each one and see which one works best for you. But yeah, that's it pretty much. Super simple stuff. Honestly, really simple procedure. Remember, the missions require you to get limited rewards, so you need to do at least 3 attempts per day if you want to complete the missions for the bonus raid medals. But yeah, that is basically going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye.